Welcome to our exciting and brand new shopping channel, Hobby Maker, dedicated to crafting. We'll be working with some of the biggest brands in the industry, which means you can look forward to highly skilled crafters, demonstrations and great products at great prices. We'll be bringing you a mix of papercraft, mixed media, resin, candle making and so much more from our expert guests. So let's get crafting with Hobby Maker.
My name is Anne-Marie and I am the creative manager at Hunky Dory Crafts. Hunky Dory are the UK's premier papercraft manufacturer, and we design and manufacture all of our papercraft goodies back at home in Preston. We do lots of papercraft products as well as moonstone dyes. We have our prism range of colouring mediums like watercolour pencils, alcohol markers, waterbrush pens, and we also have our very own range of stamps called For the Love of Stamps. We're really looking forward to bringing you all of our brand new product launches as well as our inspirational demonstrations, which we just know the audience love.
Good morning. Hi. Morning. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
We've had a very random morning this morning, haven't we?
Very random, yeah.
Poor Natalie came in and she got 2 mugs, and I thought, you don't mind me telling this story?
No, go for it.
She got 2 mugs. Now, one was a cup of tea, and I thought, I'm all right with that. That makes sense to me, you know, at 6 o'clock in the morning. But then she got this other mug, and I said, have yourself 2 cups of tea. She went, no, this one's my granola. And I went, oh, she hasn't got a bowl. I went, well. And without thinking, because I've launched like a dog business at my brother's butcher's around the corner this week, I said, would you like a collapsible dog bowl? And she looked at me, and I went, that didn't sound right, did it? She went, not really, no. And I said, no, well, they're great because no dog's eating out of them.
No.
We've got it in your favourite colour.
Yeah,
in
and
orange.
It's collapsible. So it can stay in
your back. It's got a carabiner clip if you want to hang it on your knickers.
Honestly.
Got everything.
It's the best idea ever.
But it was just, you could see that thing, would you like a collapsible dog bowl? It's like, So I shall get you one. When are you in next? And I can...
Thursday.
I might even be able to go and get one today.
Oh.
Because I've got the keys to the shop. Should we go and get one? Should we go get one?
Go get one. We can have...
Anyway, so then we've got the wonderful Christmas, the blockbuster on the show again today, haven't we?
Have we?
Yeah.
The blockbuster.
Haven't we? Oh no, it's the pads I'm talking. Yeah. Can we just edit that out? We haven't.
I was really confused there. I was like, I know it's 6 o'clock in the morning and I am not good at remembering things at this time.
Do you know what it is? It's because I've been playing with it at home.
Have you?
Yeah, I
Been
have.
crafting?
I have, yeah.
You have to send us some pictures.
Oh, well, I want to do my first little... I've only made 2. They're very basic.
It's a card. It's the
Well,
start of an adventure.
Well, Natalie's just had to help me because there was a lovely easel card and I was stood there trying to set it up over there, and I said... And she watched me struggling for a bit, and then she went, I said, how does this work? And then she just went like that really nicely, as if I went, yeah, sorry.
Sometimes you just don't know, do you?
So I do apologise, we haven't. We have got these. Now, these are awesome. These are your deluxe craft pads.
They are, and they're so cool because you can craft on the go with these. So crafting on the go and crafting sort of like in a group, these are perfect because you can just take them with you. They're so like compact. So if you like to craft when you're away, and I know that sounds crazy, but we do it as crafters, then it's
for a lot of
great.
people, isn't it? It's what we do to relax and
Yeah.
ourselves.
So to have that in this way is perfect.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because if you are making them, when they're in these pads, you've got that stability, you've got the card in there to protect it all. You don't have to worry too much about popping it in your bag and it doesn't
No,
get damaged.
absolutely not.
Now, we've got a bit of a treat. What we'll do is we will tell you all about our wonderful website. And it is wonderful, because you know what, yesterday, I had a really good... I was watching Ruth yesterday afternoon on Hobby Maker, and then I had a look at the website, because I was thinking, right, and it's lovely to see what's coming up all through the week, isn't it?
Yes, so you can get ready,
Yeah.
you know what you want to get, you
Exactly.
can have a little sneak peek of what's coming, you
Yeah.
write it all down.
Exactly, and that's the thing. It's like yesterday, I've ordered the eMark Create printer. We were talking about it earlier, weren't we? Because I know Chrissy was on the show yesterday. And at 5 o'clock, it was great because I saw it and I was like, oh, I'll record that then.
Yes.
Because I knew I'd be travelling.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go home tonight and watch it and work out how to use it.
Yeah, it's a good way of watching shows back and being inspired again. So maybe you've already
Exactly.
watched it and you've seen a card that you want to make and you go, I can't remember how to make that. Actually, though, I can go on the website, I can watch it back, and I can make it at the same time as the demonstrator making it. So it's perfect for that.
Especially for beginners, because like you say, a lot of us are visual, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're much more visual. You see a load of text or something in a book, and a lot of people are like, oh, I can't, especially creatives.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
people are
really
saying that
difficult.
it's visual. There was a research the other day. I'll tell you about the website in a second, sorry. And it was, you're 60% more likely to retain the information if it's visual.
I 100% agree with that. Yeah. I'm definitely one of those people.
Yeah, aren't they?
I've got to see it.
Yeah.
Got to see it to know
Gotta
how
see
it's
it.
done.
Absolutely. So it couldn't be easier. We keep, it's Hobby Maker. Hobby Maker up for an award already. Launched in March, up for an
Crazy,
award.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. So if you go to our website, it is hobbymaker.co.uk. There's the wobbly bit, but we don't talk about that anymore, do you? Because most of us, you don't tend to have to put www
No, you don't.
in anymore, do you?
No.
It sort of does it automatically. So honkydory.co.uk. Also, you can buy on there, obviously, if you've got your credit card and your debit card. And then if you want to call our wonderful, and they are, because I think call centres sometimes get a bit of a bad rep, don't they? Ours sit up there. There's a little room up there. They sit up there. They're so lovely. And try it sometimes. If you're up late, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, they're still as lovely. Yeah, they're still as lovely. Because I wouldn't used to finish at like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night when we had the late show over at Jewellery Maker. And I'd get home, you'd have a cup of tea,
Relax, unwind.
Unwind, decompress, buy the stuff that was on your show because you can't help yourself. And 2 o'clock in the morning was a regular thing, and they're so lovely.
They are really nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're so helpful as well.
Yeah.
So helpful.
Lovely. Also, if you want to send us a message, right, it's still exciting, isn't it? I mean, I've been doing this 10 years. And my lovely friend Ruth was on the show yesterday, and it's just, and you met when she was on her own for that hour.
Oh yeah.
And then I messaged her in, and it's so exciting waiting for them to sort of read your message out and talk to you through the telly. It's just lovely. So yes, he messaged us as well. So I'm having a little problem with a little talk back, just not keep touching me here. But right, so when these deluxe craft pads come up later, by the way, in a little bit this morning, not long, a few minutes, we have got the most perfect thing to go, particularly behind the child is born.
Yeah, it's going to look really nice with that. Really, really good with that because of the gorgeous colours in there.
Exactly, yeah. Right then, my lovelies, it is early. And so shall we give you your early bird wake up special? Miri card kind of does what it says.
Does what it says on the tin, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it's an essential for crafting because it just takes your cards up to that next level for your mats and layers. Maybe we're going to do some borders on our cards. You can add a little touch of nuri behind there. It's really going to uplift it.
Awesome.
But yeah, this is gorgeous.
And this is the thing as well, but, and when you're talking about cards for a certain person, the great thing when you've got that jet black, but with that little bit of extra gorgeous mirror
little
effect,
shine.
that will cover everybody, every age, every gender.
Yeah.
You've got that lovely base then.
It's so sophisticated as well. Pop a little silver shimmer card next to it.
Yeah.
It makes it very, very classy.
And then acetates as well over the top and all that.
Yeah.
It just makes it, like you say, a little bit, it's like the evening wear of a card.
It is.
Isn't it?
It is.
Like your black tie. But look at that. I have to be really careful we all have to be careful how we hold this to the camera because it really does. Look at all the...
It shines.
Doesn't it?
So well. It has that real sort of mirror effect, but in that jet black. It's A4 in size, which is perfect if you want to cut it down, if you're making bigger cards, or if we're making sort of 3D kinetic cards with it. It's so, like you say, sophisticated.
Sexy.
Very classic. Yeah. That's a good word.
I know it's 6:10 in the morning, but that's sexy.
It is.
That's sexy. It is, isn't it? Sexy, isn't it, Dan? Yeah, Dan's woken up yet. I'm not sure yet. Sexy's a bit early at 6:10 in the morning. But it's just gorgeous. Now, you just said about a what card? A 3D? What? I'm still
like
learning.
A kinetic card. So if you were going to take a piece of card and then fold it so it's like a 3D model, then you could use that. You could make your base from this and then cut your cardstock or your paper down for your panels.
Yeah.
And that way you're using less of your cardstock.
Well, we were saying this earlier, weren't we? So when you have these beautiful deluxe craft pads that we've got coming up in a bit, we were saying that I've watched you do your demos, and when you do that sort of, you put it on top of your card, learning, and you have that frame, then you put everything else on top. You could then gut the inside, couldn't you? Because it's not being seen, and use that somewhere else.
Exactly. You can really make the most out of your crafting, and I think that's what we do, don't we? As crafty people, we always tries to make the most out of what we've got. So that's, with your mats and layers, that's an essential thing to do to save a lot of cardstock.
Exactly. And that's the thing, you know, we've got to try and find ways to sort of save money everywhere we can at the moment, haven't we? Exactly. You know, and it doesn't hurt to be a bit thrifty, does it?
No.
But that's like, you know, when you have a really nice looking... Oh, have you ever been to a concert and they've got one of those beautiful, great big Steinway grand pianos, or Yamaha, or, you know...
it is that piano black, isn't it?
Proper polished, isn't it? It's that piano black, yeah. If you spent the money to have your car polished...
Yeah, you want it to look like that.
Yeah. Now, with an early bird special, what we like to do is give you a saving to sort of say, do you know what, it is early, but thanks for getting up.
Yeah, thanks for getting up. Thanks for starting your day with us.
You know, there was a car outside my dad's front window today. My dog started barking. It was like 10 to 4 in the morning. I was thinking, are you early, or have you stopped out late?
Yeah.
It was very interesting. Right then, my lovelies. So, would you like a saving? Well, there's something to tell you here, because I know you like to know what goes on. Oh, excuse me, that was the card, it wasn't me. You can make funny sounds with it. It's supposed to be $9.99, isn't it?
It is. It is.
We've made the 9 do a headstand, so that it's now a 6. Now, you get 20, and they're 220 GSM.
Yeah, which is a lower weight cardstock, because normally with our cardstock we do 300, 350. But because this is mirror, it has that like film on top of it, which gives it the shine. So actually, even though it's only 220, it's just as strong as your regular cardstock. So for making boxes and things like that, it's substantial. For that, it's strong enough to hold sort of like your card blanks or your bigger makes. So it's perfect.
Yeah. And again, that as a base of a box, or just the lid of the box in different colours and things, just look amazing.
Yeah.
First person this morning is in from Kent. She's rang our call centre, and it's the lovely Jeannie. So good morning to you. And you've had a couple of these already, haven't you? So good morning to you. And we've also got Veronica from Norfolk. Oh, the Norfolk Broads. Oh, and Doreen. Do you know Doreen, Veronica? Well, Doreen lives near you in Norfolk. It's a big place in Norfolk, though. But, you know, it just shows that 2 people in Norfolk like the mirror card.
They do.
Midnight Black. £6.99. Now, we've had a message already from Susan. Good morning, lovely lady. Now, Susan's just said, morning, ladies. It is Susan from Manchester, back from the holiday. I was watching while I was away. Lots of love to you all. Now, Susan, where have you been? Come on.
Yeah, let us know. Where have you been? Was it sunny?
Where do you think she's been? Should we have a guess? Do you think it's abroad, or do you think it's in the UK?
Not sure.
I think she's been abroad.
Yeah, because you can watch on the website, can't you?
That's the lovely thing, yeah.
It is.
Peter's just said, morning, ladies. Oh, we'll take that. Morning. I spent the weekend experimenting with pixie sparkles.
Wow.
And organising with all my new honky-dory storage and toolboxes.
I love organising. That is probably one of my favourite things to do. It's the best thing, isn't it? When you've got the tools to make sure it's all nice and precise,
Cleansing.
everything where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Best
It's
thing.
nice. Now, Peter as well, what new Honky Dory storage and toolboxes?
We had them on the show yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, Ruth had them on the show yesterday. There was 3 of our big storage boxes because you can get them all in different sizes. But they're great for putting little bits and pieces in, little books, storing little books, mirror mats, your pens, your pencils, your inks.
Yeah. Have we still got them here for me to have a look?
I think so.
They're on the website?
Yeah, they will be.
Right. Thank you, Peter. I love my storage. And because I've got all these lovely new things now, they're in a big, I've got them in a charity bag. You know, the free charity bags you get through the door? They're in there and it's not very nice.
No, we need some storage.
So morning, Peter, and I'm glad you're enjoying your storage. Just remember as well, £3 saving, you can put that towards your post and packaging.
Yes.
For most of us in the UK, and you know, on the main bit, because it differs where you are, £3.95 for the whole day. For everything you order, regardless of number, regardless of volume, regardless of weight. So effectively, those of you that have just bought that have then only got to pay 95p for your postage.
Crazy, isn't it? What a great way to start the day.
Absolutely. And an even better way to start the day is a demo from you. Yes. Please.
Okay, so I'm going to use this sheet here. We're going to go with our Sparkling Season sheet, and I love this one. So I've picked this, and I've got my topper to match. We're going to do a little bit of fussy cutting. So what we're going to do is cut out these penguins here. So I'm going to go around all of these edges just to about the bottom of the top there, and then I'm going to spin it around again, because the most important thing about fussy cutting is move your cardstock rather than your hand, because that way, 1, you're not going to be in all random positions, but 2, it just makes it easier. It makes it so much easier. So we've got that bit now, and then I'm going to take my trimmer. And I'm just going to cut a little bit off the top, because we're going to make a little front stepper card, and I want to have these penguins just sort of like standing on the front of my card here. So let's do this we'll go to 2. If we do my front stepper at 1.5, we'll go 2 notches under that, just so I can add some mirri in here. So let's pop this onto our piece now, and I'm going to cut it just to below where my penguins are, and then I'll lift up my tool and I'll do exactly the same again on that side. So now with our craft knife, we just need to meet up those edges. So I'm just going to go down up that piece and then along here. This is going to pop out like so, and then I've just got another little piece here around the outside, and of course we need to just remove this piece. So you've got that really nice silhouette of the penguin. So popping that out, you've got your main image here. So our card we're going to make is going to be 6 by 6. So I will just trim this down to sort of like 2 notches below that 6, so that when I pop it onto my mirror, you're going to have that nice equal spacing around that whole centre. So let's stick this down first.
Already with the mirror card.
And then we can pop it on. Now, we've got so many different mirror cards on the website, but because this is a rainbow holographic kit, I'm obviously using the rainbow holographic, but because there's so many different shades and shimmers in this and in the foiling, you can actually use so many different colours of mirror, whichever one you want. We could use blue, because there's lots of blues in here, or purples, because it's all going to really pick out when we make the card.
And that's the attention to detail and the beautiful thing about personalising for your friends and family, because you know what people's favourite colours are, or home decors, or colour of their car, or whatever. It's a great way to just make it personal, isn't it?
So now I'm going to cut this down to just under that 6 again, and this is going to be our back panel. So I can pop this now onto my mirror again, and that's going to leave me with the same spacing. So I've got a 6 by 6 card, and what we're going to do with that is just make a little stepper. So I've got a piece of Ink Me cardstock, which we can create that from. So just pop in this on again, making sure we've got that nice equal spacing. And then here's my 6 by 6. And then I've got a piece here, and I'll just pop this onto the on my scoreboard, and we're going to score this at 1.5 and at 3. So it's 6 in length by 4.5, and this is going to give me equal spacings here. So then we can mountain and valley fold this. Just make sure you've got all of those scores nice and burnished, making sure that they're nice and strong. And then I'm going to add on my tape. And then we can stick this to the bottom of our card. So just folding that score line up so we can make sure it matches really nicely with the bottom. And then we can just cover this with our panels that we have just created. So bring those back in. I'm going to take my big panel, and that's going to fit on the back of my card. So we can just stick this nice and in line here. And then our panel, we'll take the tape off that as well and stick that onto here. So those penguins, just gives it a little bit more dimension on the card. It really stands up against that background. So then we can take our topper, and I think what I'm going to do is just take the middle frame away from those two elements, and then I've added some tape around the bottom to stick them together and hold them in place. So because we're now going to add some foam pads to this, I do need to take the backing off the tape because it does have that sort of shiny protection film, and when you add anything on top of that, it won't stick properly. So once it's stuck, it's going to keep them in place, but just remove it to add on your foam pad. So we'll just stick our elements around here, and I'm using my strip foam pads to do this because they're really, really good to pop around your frames and fill in all of those spaces because you can move them about. They're very flexible and they fill in all of those little gaps. So pop in this now just over the top of my card ever so slightly, which means you will need a 7x7 envelope to pop this in, but you still will be able to post it even though we're just holding it off the top. And I've done that because obviously we've added this stepper element in, so you don't want too much height getting in the way of that. And then we'll add our foam pads, so just pop in these on here. I'm going to double them up actually so that they're at a nice height. So just taking this off. Another one we've got ready to go here, so I'll just stick that one on there, and then this can go onto here. So this is going to give your card even more dimension now because it's standing off on those edges. And then the sentiments we've got are enjoy a fun-filled family Christmas, because obviously it's a little family of penguins. And then I've got have a sparkling season, so I'm going to pop that on there.
And they're in the craft pad as well, all the sentiments, aren't they?
Yeah, these are on your bits and pieces. So let's pop this now down the centre of our card here. And you can add some ribbon then if you've got ribbon, or maybe some gemstones. And then of course we got our inserts in this craft pad as well. So literally start to finish, everything that you need. You don't necessarily have to use card blanks if you don't want to. We could have created this card from the cardstock that we already had in the collection. If you are brand new to crafting, you can absolutely do that. But let's just pop this in and we are done.
Gosh, it's a quick make, isn't it?
Super quick. That's the beauty
like a
of
super
them.
quick make, does it?
It's the beauty of these. So there you go. You've got that beautiful stepper there with the penguins just popping off, which just, it gives it so much more dimension to your card and how it shimmers and shines when you move it in the light as well. Beautiful.
But like you say as well, that mirror card, because we had that rainbow on last week,
Yes,
didn't we?
it was on yesterday as well, I think, in the mirror mats as well.
Love it. I think it's
Really
just
good, isn't it?
But it's that tiny strip of that mirror card, and we've just had, and the black would look just as lovely, wouldn't it?
It really would. Obviously, you've got the black from the penguin, so it would pull out that colour. And using different mirror cards as well sometimes really just shows your cards off so much differently because you're picking out different colours and points. So the black would look gorgeous with these penguins.
Yeah, really, really lovely. And the lovely thing about that is that although that's taken, Natalie, a matter of minutes, and obviously taken longer because you're teaching us at the same time, but it doesn't look like it's a quick make.
No.
That's the beauty.
And that is the beauty of Hunky Dory as well, is that you can make absolutely stunning cards so quickly because the quality of the product is so, like, it's so high. It astounds me sometimes when I look at something and I'm like, this is real, this is on a piece of card, it's crazy.
And that's the thing with these pads that we've got coming up for you, and you've got all different styles, all different sentiments, and the fact that you've got the toppers, you've got the sentiments, you've got the inserts, you've got everything in it. Then you add these few little things like the mirror card and the envelopes, and you're done.
You are done.
Brilliant, brilliant. Could I ask one question about the demo?
Yeah.
How do you, because obviously I'm so new to this, and as I'm learning, how do you decide as you're sticking the mirror card and whatnot, whether to go with the double-sided tape or whether to go glue? Is it just...
so for me, it's personal preference. For me, I always prefer tape rather than glue with mirror, just because you have that shiny finish on your mirror card.
Right.
So put a bit too much glue on and it can wobble. So you can leave it to the side to dry and you can come back and it's just moved out of place a little bit because of the glue, obviously. So for me, tape is what I love to use because it just holds better. You know, it's in place. It's not going to move at all. It's secure. So I'm definitely a tape more than a glue person.
That makes sense with the mirror card as well, because I suppose as well, if you have got any on your hands and then you get it onto the mirror card, you've got your sticky.
Yeah, and it can splurge out the sides as well. Obviously, you use the right amount, you're not going to have this problem at all. So it is it's just personal preference. But for me, this is tape always for the win.
Okay. See, it's good to... This is the thing, you see. I'm one of those people, and I'm sure you're the same if you're sat there thinking, well, I'd like to get into this. I watch things and I think, great, but I need to know why.
Yeah.
And then that makes sense.
Yeah. So for me, it's tape.
It's beautiful.
Every time.
Beautiful, beautiful. Right then, my lovelies, we are going to just give you a little break, give you a chance to get a cup of tea, cup of coffee, if you've got a quick boil kettle. I de-scalded my dad's kettle last night. Oh, it's seen better days. It needed a double sachet. It did. And then we will be back, my lovelies, with more fabulous demos from our lovely Natalie and these incredible, including that one, Deluxe craft pads. We'll see you in a moment.
We have some exciting news. Hobbymaker has been nominated in the Best of Crafts Awards for 2022. We're so amazed that nearly 6 months have flown by since we launched Hobbymaker, and we couldn't have done it without the Hobbymaker family. Thanks to all the presenters and guests for entertaining us and inspiring us every day, and for all the viewers for tuning in for all the fun. We're lucky enough to be nominated for 2 awards in our first year, which are the Most Loved TV Shopping Channel and Dave Bradford for Male Craft Personality of the Year. To vote, please head to our website to find all the details you need to get involved. Thank you for your support and votes. Want to know what's going on in the next show? Then head over to our website. Click on the TV guide. This will tell you who's presenting, which guest we have joining us, along with what's going on in each hour. If you ever miss a show, you can catch up by clicking on the day you missed and then click Watch This Show. You can also view what product was on and if it's still available to buy. Catch up on Hobbymaker.
Hello, my lovelies. It's a nice way to start the week, isn't it?
It is.
Bit of hunky-dory.
I love my hunky-dory Mondays. Up and early.
It is nice, isn't it?
It is. It's a good way to start the week.
It is. It's lovely. And the thing is, I was saying to a friend the other day, and I don't mean this to sound awful, but I was saying I was just started card making, and my friend knows I'm not usually that crafty in that, and they were, you're going to do card making? I went, yeah. You? I went, yeah. And it's thanks to Hobbymaker and Hunky Dory that I'd even, and these incredible quality items that actually you don't. It's not daunting.
No, it's not, is it?
Not.
You can do this. any person of any level can make cards with Hunky Dory kits. It is that easy to do.
And the colour matching and it's just beautiful.
everything is thought of, and I think what it is that at Hunky Dory, from the design, the designers who create take the artwork, create these beautiful compositions, from them to then the card makers who make the cards with this to show all of the inspiration. From start to finish, the whole company is made up of crafters.
Yeah.
So for us, we want to make things that are easy for you to get home and be able to easily make cards with, and that's why it's so great. No matter what your level of crafting is, whether you're a beginner or an experienced crafter, you can make things with this.
Exactly. And it's
the
so
cardstock's
rewarding.
designed in the best ways, so you can make different styles of cards. It's just phenomenal. It really is.
In case you're wondering, we've set up, lovely Natalie and myself, we set up some of the inspiration of
Nice little display.
Incredible. And this is your design team, just showing you all different sorts of ways to use these there's only 2 collections there. We do have a third one, but we can't seem to find the samples at the moment, so I do apologise to the design team. But we've got the lovely little Red Robin and the Sparkling Season collection here, which is coming up. We can't launch the graphics at the moment. We're a little bit delayed. This is what we call filling. Beautifully done, by the way.
Yeah,
so we are sorry, but we're hoping that lovely Liam, we got him out of bed.
We woke him up.
I think he's just fixed it for us. Liam, thank you so much, my lovely, for doing that.
When he gets here in the morning, he's going to be so grumpy because we woke him up early.
We woke him up very early. But we couldn't get them on the system on the screen, but we now can. Okay, my lovelies. So we have the 3 deluxe, and we don't say that lightly because they really are deluxe.
They are on the top quality collections here, and such a good way of doing them. They're kind of like a smaller version of our bigger collections that we do. So in here you're going to get your 4 toppers, 4 plain cardstock, 4 printed cardstock, and 8 inserts that match.
Wow. So shall
all in these.
All in just this one pad. And actually, when you look at the pad, and you look at this pad, and you actually... When I first saw this pad and when we launched them, and I looked at that and I thought, ooh,
it's really small. You've probably got a lot in there.
But actually, I'll show you the back first, if you don't mind, and then we'll show you and I'll do the little flick through, because this is the one that Natalie's just worked with, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. So this is the one that you've just worked with. But again, just seeing some of the lovely sort of the pastel inserts, the lovely. It's classed as holographic, is it?
Yes.
Holographic.
You've got the holographic foiling in this one.
In your toppers there, and you've got the inserts, you've got everything you could possibly need. Now, if I show you inside, and all the sentiments as well.
Yeah, they're all in there.
Yeah. So, you had the penguins.
I did.
We've got robins. You've got to have a little red robin at Christmas, haven't you? Always popular. And this is what I love about, super sparkly. So, you know, when we had that beautiful sort of midnight black mirror card on offer earlier, and the rainbow that you had yesterday that you've just used, you can see here as well, all of the surrounding areas of the toppers, that's all beautifully done as well. So you can use all these moments
all of
here.
These little bits. All the time. You can cut them down into little strips, create your own borders by adding little touches of mirror behind it. You can use absolutely everything.
Every millimetre, can't you?
Yeah.
You don't have any wastage.
No.
And then you've got all... What I like about Hunky Dory as well is you also give not just all this incredible quality, but lovely different shapes. There's not
so many different shapes.
Yeah.
Every single topper within these collections have completely different shapes, which is great for your card making, because then it tests you and you learn new different techniques and different shapes that for cards that fit these specific toppers different. So you can use your really large toppers.
And that's the thing as well, because, you know, I think it's like in jewellery making, for those of you that watch Jewellery Maker, it's like when you get a piece of jewellery with a round gemstone or a round bead, it's kind of what we expect.
Yeah.
So the second you change that into a cube or a hexagon or a square or a rectangle or in the same gemstone, you completely transform the look at it. It could be the same piece of jewellery that you've made, but the second, like with card making, the second you change that shape, it just takes it away from the norm, doesn't it, that you see in the shops?
Yeah, it's totally different, and it makes your cards look absolutely incredible, because, like I say, you can you can make different style cards, you can make different shapes, you can try out all of these different ideas, or maybe some 3D, make some kinetic cards. You can make easels and all sorts of different things you can do with them just by starting off with that topper and the shape of that topper and going, okay, well this is an arch topper, so this is probably going to work better on either like a DL or a long card because of the way that the shape is. So that's kind of how you start with your crafting as well.
Exactly, yeah.
You start with your topper and then you go, okay, well I can use this here and I can cut this bit down and use that bit there, and it just then sort of like
snowballs.
It does. And then you've got a card in front of you.
Quick question, you just said the word DL there, so for anybody that doesn't understand what DL means.
DL is like your thin cards, so they're quite on trend at the moment. So it's sort of like A5 cut in half.
Oh, so it's like the
thin, slimline cards.
Thank you. Yeah, so you've got all this up, and they pop out beautifully. So if you just turn that around, as we were saying the other day, this is the great thing about the quality of Honky Dory. Sometimes when you have, things that you need to pop out of other things, or they're sort of serrated, or they're, and you cannot get them out.
No.
There is no problem with Honky Dory.
No, they just pop out really, really easily. You get little pips on the rounds of your toppers sometimes, but you can just trim them off with scissors. They're really, really easy to take out.
And the thing is, do you know it honestly, it is the card that's making these noises. That's your toppers, you're beautiful, and then look at this. As you start to go in to look at this. Do you not think that is absolutely...
So pretty, isn't it?
Isn't it? Look at that.
So you've got so many different foilings within these as well. So this one's sort of like an all-over print, and then on your swans here, you've got the really beautiful edge down the back. You've got border strips in there. So there's a nice mix, and then you've got the one across the top that looks like it's falling. But even if you don't have the foiling, like on these ones, these are plain cardstock, so these are just printed. How stunning are these with the dimension?
Incredible. And again, that with the mirror card in the black, because you've got that going into nighttime with the moon as well. They're absolutely, and this is the lovely thing, because of all the design work and all the hard work and real creativity from the design team at Honky Dory, it means that actually you've done a lot of the hard work. We get to play.
Yes.
Don't we?
Yeah. You don't have to worry about anything with these kits. You just get to play and have fun creating amazing cards.
And honestly, I keep saying this, but these sort of more subtle, sort of almost sort of watercolour pastel inserts, they're my favourite part of the pads.
They're so nice. It just pulls your cards together. And inserts in cards, especially if you make to sell, they absolutely put up the price of your cards, because it just finishes it off. So when it coordinates, it's even better.
Now that you've said that, I'm flicking through this, and I just suddenly thought, do you know what? I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Have I ever... Sorry, I bent that back then. Have I ever bought a card that's actually got an insert in it? They're normally plain, aren't they?
They
when you
are
get them
normally,
in the shop?
unless you're getting sort of like special ones. So like Christmas time, those sort of like to dad, to mum.
Oh yeah,
sometimes
those.
wedding cards or anniversary cards. They're very special occasions.
Yeah,
they've always got inserts.
You're right. Yeah, but they cost you a fortune.
They're so expensive.
So expensive. Now, in the collection, you're going to get 3 pads. Now, we've shown you the sparkling season. That's the one that I've just flicked through for you, this deluxe selection. What we'll do for you is we'll give you a bundle price.
Yes.
Because if you buy all 3 together, including the Little Red Robin and the Little Town of Bethlehem over here, we have... sorry, a child is born. I do apologise. If you buy all 3 at the same time, you get even more saving.
Yeah, you're going to save the price of one.
Exactly. So that's the great thing. So you might be looking at those thinking, oh, I'm not sure which one is going to be my favourite. That there that Dan on cameras is just showing you so beautifully is your sparkling season. Then it sweeps across the Little Red Robin, which I think is going to be a huge... I think you're going to struggle to pick. And the reason you're going to struggle... The thing is, you can buy each one individually in a moment, but this is the great thing about Honky Dory. It's difficult to pick.
It is.
So if you fancy all 3, but you don't want to pay for one, then we can do that for you.
We can.
So if you bought them, so they should be all 3 together, £35.97.
Wowzers.
$12.99 each, which, I mean, I'm thinking when I normally buy like my dad, my stepdad and people like that, the cards, I think by the time you've gone into places, you know, in stationery shops and places like WH Smith and those kind of stationery cards shops, I never spend less than £30 on just a handful of family cards.
Yeah, they're quite expensive, aren't they?
Yeah. And they're not unique.
No, they're not.
No.
They're not unique, they're not personalised, they've not been made by you.
Exactly. And you can't put a price on a card that's been handmade.
Exactly.
You really can't. There's two ways to look at this. Now, if you're one of those people that likes buy two, get one free, it's buy two, get one free.
Yeah.
But it's one whole pad of everything.
Everything that you need.
Yeah. If you're what, you know, it's not just the toppers, it's not just the inserts, it's not just the cardstock, it's got everything you possibly need there. And there are, when you look at these pads, in the sparkling season, there's 69 individual crafting elements in there. 69.
It's a lot, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Now this, if you're thinking, well, actually, I'd rather take it down to, instead of $12.99, if you want to do it that you're paying for each one of them because you feel a bit bad having a freebie,
Yeah.
some of us do, you're saving £5 a pad.
That's really
Yeah.
good, isn't it?
Down to $7.99. $7.99.
Crazy.
Now, you can get them individually. It's not a problem. You can do, or if you want to sort of top another one up, and they've still got a saving, but not as dramatic as that saving. And I love these for gardeners. We all know, and people that love their birdhouses. And, see, that was me yesterday, gardening and filling up my birds.
I bought a birdhouse the other day, so we've done our garden up this year. And
Did
I bought
you?
one. Yeah, I bought one. I was so happy. Got it home, put it up in the garden, and Nan said to me, "Do you have any bird feed to go in it?"
Oh, no, you didn't forget the bird feed.
I was so excited at the fact that I was actually buying a birdhouse for my garden that I forgot the bird seed to go in it.
Forgot the bird seed. Oh, well, there you go. Look, you could create your very own birdhouse. You can put some things out like, you know, boiled potatoes and things.
Oh, can
Oh,
you?
yeah, and I'll give you the list of foods you can put out. Lovely. So you have to be, you know, it depends what time of the year and all that. Yeah, we're getting there, aren't we? But then again, there you go. Look, lovely little...
So sweet.
Yeah.
Really lovely compositions.
But look at this. Who'd have thought your design team was so creative to put those at that angle?
Yeah, to have those really nice sort of just coming off the
Yeah.
side. But also if you wanted to do like a square, or if you wanted to do like an A5 card with that, then you can trim it down, you can cut that border off and you can bring it back in. So it still keeps the composition of those angles, but you can just cut it out and move it around to create different sizes of cards as well. So that's a really good way of thinking about how to use your cardstock.
Do you know, I'd love us to do a competition with this range, because I'd love us to do. We'll speak to the team afterwards, because I'm just thinking. I know Ruth had such fun with her bingo yesterday, didn't she? She had such a good time. But look at that, send a little basket as well. I'm just thinking, wouldn't it be great if we sort of got everybody to sort of get these pads and then say, right, see how many. We could do a competition of how many actual cards you could make from one pad.
Yeah, it would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't
If
it?
you can make, I always say from one topper set, I can make 3 cards.
From one.
From one topper set. Or,
Wow.
Yeah. Always try and get that many out of one set, because there's so much going on.
Yeah.
There's always so many
Yeah.
toppers on one sheet, and not just the toppers. Then you've got sentiments, so you've got it. Sometimes you don't even need to have a big topper on a card, because the cardstock's so beautiful.
Exactly.
You could just
You
add a
wanna
little
hide it.
sentiment,
Yeah.
a bit of ribbon, and you've got a card already without using some of the maybe main bigger elements that we've
Well,
got.
dare I say, when you were creating earlier, and I was watching your demo, I don't mean to be rude, you almost didn't need the toppers.
No.
You look lovely without the
No.
toppers. You don't have to add
You could have just
toppers.
added a
Yeah.
little sentiment on there,
Yeah.
a little bit of ribbon, and you could have saved this and put it with the other piece of cardstock that I had left.
Exactly.
And make a different card.
Exactly. Right then, now I was really pleasantly... Oh, and these are all adorable scoreable as well.
Yes, they are all adorable scoreable. So you've got that quality. So if you want to make boxes from this, because you can make cards and boxes using this cardstock, then you can absolutely do that. And you know that when you score this, you're not going to have any cracking.
Exactly. Just one thing, and we're all different. That's the beauty of this channel. But I thought I would go for the Robin and the sparkling season. And if I'd have not had the bundle, I'd have thought I wouldn't necessarily have gone so much for the traditional.
Yeah.
However,
It's so pretty though.
I have to say the traditional,
It's gorgeous.
I think, is probably my favourite of the three.
Yeah.
It surprised me.
I think the colours in here, you've got all of those religious connotations as well, so it's going to be perfect for those people in your family who
absolutely.
like that part of Christmas. The colourways make it so regal and so rich. You've got that gold foiling as well, which just tops it off and puts it to the next level. But it is an absolutely stunning collection, this.
And what I like about this as well is, you know, the sparkling season and the Little Red Robin, you've got nature, you've got all the animals in the sparkling season. But this is lovely because it's a reminder of actually what Christmas is
the
about.
true meaning of Christmas,
true meaning,
isn't it?
absolutely. And the colours, when we start getting into this range, I have to say, I think your design team have really, really excelled themselves. The colour,
It's amazing.
the sentiment.
You've just got that, like the cloud texture in there.
Yeah, sorry, let me go back and just show you that.
It's just
Yeah, it's just
it's
breathtaking,
incredible, isn't it?
Absolutely breathtaking. Look at that. You can see it.
It's just so dramatic.
Yeah.
It makes you feel what's happening in the card, not just a card in itself.
And that's the thing. I mean, there you go. There, look with the what's they called? Is it the? It is the Northern Star. It's the Northern Star. Yeah. That was a little moment then. But again, look at that. Look at the detail. Every bit of and the richness of the colours. It's breathtaking.
And this one again, another one that's just. You could cut that down and put it in a frame.
Couldn't you?
You could add a little sentiment in it.
Yeah.
And then
Totally
you could
agree.
make a card to go with it and give that away. I love this one with the angels as well. That is one to fussy cut.
Oh, isn't it just? And that's the lovely thing about your demos as well is, like when we watched that card being made by yourself earlier, and you were cutting out the penguins, I would never, unless I'd seen you do that, ever enter my head to actually cut the penguins out.
No, it's sometimes,
Brilliant.
but sometimes you don't want to cover up those gorgeous elements, so fussy cutting them and overlaying them or adding them on with foam pads or popping them over a little bit of acetate, it really just brings it to life and changes it.
Yeah, absolutely stunning, gorgeous.
Love this.
So many options. And when you think, if you put that into context now, that let's say we're going to take that pad there, A Child Is Born, the traditional deluxe craft pad there. If you buy the bundle, all of that is free of charge.
Absolutely free.
Whichever one you want to be free. Now, we have had a message from Sheila. Good morning, Sheila. Thank you for taking the time to message in. That's really lovely of you. Can you give me the code and price for the Little Red Robin Deluxe Pad, please? Yes, we can. Yes, we can, Sweet Pea. So this one here... Oh, sorry, I just moved that. I do apologise. There you go. So you can buy them on their own, Sheila, by all means. If you put or buy extras, you might want to sort of, you got that carried
Treat yourself.
away. Yeah, treat yourself. Tweet yourself.
Treat yourself.
Sorry, lovely. So the Little Red Robin that comes bobbing along, if you know the song, IQ HD97, and it's $9.99 on its own. So that's still a saving. So we've still saved you £3 a pad.
Yeah.
But if you get it in the bundle, you are saving £5 a pad.
Amazing.
Okay, so we've given you some inspiration as well, Sheila. Not that possibly you need it, my lovely, but on the right-hand side of the screen over there where Dan's just pointing his lovely, lovely camera. But look at that there. We've really gone to town. The design team have gone to town there. You've got that beautiful frame. You've got the toppers. You've got that gingham ribbon. And we do bring you ribbon here at Hunky Dory as well. You could put some gemstones on there if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just lovely. Now then, look, what we'll do for you is we'll also give you the individual codes and prices for the sparkling season and A Child Is Born. I take it we're going to $9.99 on each. Wonderful. So they'll all be $9.99. But the best value is to buy all three in the bundle. Obviously, not trying to sort of ram that home, so to speak.
No, you've got to get it.
It's just, I think we all try and buy as cost effectively as we can, don't we? So,
we do.
And you've got to remember when you're making as well, it's not always what you like.
No.
You have to think of the recipient
Yeah.
and what they like.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, especially if you're selling. Oh my goodness me, yeah. Right then, are we having another demo?
Yeah, we're going to use The Child is Born, and
Brilliant.
I'm using the amazing sort of nativity scene here. So we're just going to use a cardstock to make this and add a little bit of acetate in. So we're going to start off by trimming this down to 7 inches. So just trim that down to there, and then I want to, oh, my trimmer's come apart.
Oh.
Let's just pop that back in. It does it all the time, but don't worry, you can easily just slot it back in. I think mine's because it's so old and I've used it so much. It's getting all creaky.
I know how it feels.
Then we're going to score this at 3.
Inches?
Yeah, so what I want to do is just score it to the top of sort of like Mary's head there. So I'm just going to use this as a guide. And then when we get to the top, we can score that in. And then I think I'm going to score it at 4 or 4.5. I'm not too sure, but it's fine because we'll just, let's do it. Should we do it at 5? We do it at 4.5. Then that gives us that nice space in there. So then, yeah, we'll score it at that angle there. And then what I'm going to do before I move this around, because we didn't score around the head of Mary, like further down there, we want to keep this image all together, is I'm just going to run my craft knife. I've already gone all the way down the side of Mary there. I'm just going to take it around the side of our little sheep until we get to this point here. Then I can pop this element out and that will come away. Then we can fold this. So I'm going to fold it down and at the same time fold this bit along. So you've got now a really nice shape card here. And you've got all of that detailing. We're not losing any of that artwork there. It's all here within our card. So now this is just under 7. So what I might do to make it easier, so we don't have to do any crazy maths, is I'm just going to pop my edge there up to 7 and just trim that away now. So this middle section of my card is 7 by 7.
Okay.
Bring in some acetate.
Is that for the envelope size, the standard envelope size?
Yes, it will be. However, we aren't, because you've got this little extra fold, it's a little bit longer.
Okay.
So for this card in particular, I'd say this is one that you would either personally give or you can make a box for it.
Oh, no.
Make a nice little box for it and then gift it in a box, because we are going to add a little overlay of acetate, so it isn't going to be able to fold as such. So we've got our acetate cut to 7, and then if I just take this now, so 7 by 7, and then I want 2 at 1 inch, or should we do 1/2 inch? Let's do, this is the thing about crafting, you're always thinking, let's do 1/2 inch. So 7 by 9 is where you want to cut this, and then on your scoreboard we'll just score it at 1/2 and 1 on both sides. So this is going to give us a nice little square overlay to sit on the card. I'm hoping I've done this right, but now I'm thinking I haven't, because I need this to scoot in here, and then, no, it should work. It should work. It'll be fine. I think what I needed to do was just score it once there, but it's okay. We'll make it work.
Everything's fixable, isn't
see,
it?
this is the problem with having an idea, putting your idea together, and then when you're actually making your card, you completely change your idea, and you think of different new ways of using it. This is what happens.
The accident, though, isn't it?
It is. It is. So. Now I've got my frames and my toppers, so let's dress up the inside of here before we add that acetate in. So I've got a little bit of tape on here already, so we can just peel this off. So this is going to lie flat onto our card, hopefully. Let's just try and get it, because I've let it sit and I've squished it down a bit. You've got to be quite delicate when you get to these edges, otherwise it'll just tear that top piece off. We'll just manoeuvre it around. Oh, there we go. And then,
And you just start that off with the point of your craft knife, don't you?
yeah. So we'll pop this over that corner there. And because I want to keep this beautiful design in, I'm going to leave this panel out, but we are going to pop in our frame. I know what I can do.
Oh, go on.
So sometimes when you've got really nice detailing on your frames like this and you want to be able to see what's still on the outside, you can twist your frames a little bit. So we can pop our frame like this and you've still got more spacing on the outside. So we'll do that. I've got some foam pads on here that we can stick that down to. So we'll pop that on actually, because it's just going to make your card look a little bit different. And sometimes twisting your frames, especially when they're these fancy sort of border frames, it makes your card again look really, really special. So we'll do that, and then I'm going to add in, I don't know, because that's going to hide that a little bit. I think we can get away with it. We'll pop that one in as well. So double up your foam pads on here and pop that just sort of off the edge there. I've got so many greetings that I can use. Believe in the Magic of Christmas, I think, is definitely one of them that we have to use. Yeah. Then we've got Joyous Noel, Joy to the World, and Season's Greetings. So we'll pop this one within our frame here. And then let's pop in our acetate. So I'm going to stick my acetate to the inside to make it easier, because I've already folded my scores. I'm just going to add a little bit of tape to the back here, and this is where you can hide your workings by adding your insert over the top. So stick your insert over this corner piece, and you've got a place to write your message, because obviously we've taken all that front detailing off, so we wouldn't be able to add it in. Yeah. But you can stick it on the back and you've still got somewhere to add that in. So just sticking that on, making sure it's nice and in line there. And then what I need to do is just take my scissors and trim off this section, because I don't need the two folds now, because I'm just sticking this element onto the side here. Okay. So again, just lie that score out flat again, and we can add some red tape.
Can I ask a question?
Go for it.
Anybody still watching? So why the red tape?
Red tape is best for acetate.
Right.
Because it's a stronger hold. It's super secure. So for anything where you're using acetate or parchment, red tape is always better than using your other just regular double-sided tape.
It's stickier then?
Yeah, it's stickier, it holds it better, it's stronger. You're not going to get any sort of like movement within that. So pop in that there now. And then I think I'm going to go, I quite like the fact that I've got two that are this shape. So we'll go with Season's Greetings, pop that up there, and then we're done.
Gosh, that is brilliant.
We are done. And it's more, this way, it's more of like, not just a card, but it's more of a gift that someone can give. Point, yeah. And I think with having the acetate on there as well, it sort of gives you that feeling of the nativity, because you're kind of like looking in on
through
that
a window almost, aren't you? Yeah, of the stable. Gosh, that is stunning. Absolutely stunning.
And we've, apart from the acetate, we've not added much more else other than the collection. So you can make cards like this from those pads.
Yeah, it's incredible. You know, really, if you just want to go to the hobbymaker.co.uk website and you want to stock up on those foam pads, there's such a selection of shapes and sizes.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so good. I think my favourites are the strips. Yeah. I love the strips because you've got 3 different dimensions and you can trim them down if you want to.
But also, I didn't even realise,
the bigger ones.
Until watching you, this is the great thing about these demos. All of these amazing demos from our amazing guests are just priceless, because when I watched you then with the foam, with the tape going round, I would have done one, cut it. The fact that you bent it round like that, I was like, that's genius.
Yeah, you can do that.
Brilliant.
I know.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And if you do want envelopes as well, sometimes we bring collections that include the envelopes. Sometimes, we've always got the envelopes on the website as well, and sometimes we bring them to show. So If ever you need the envelopes, they are there. Just nip along to hobbymaker.co.uk and the envelopes are there, my lovelies. And again, everything's under brand, and you've got your hunky-dory and
Yeah, you'll be able to find everything there.
Absolutely. Right then, now, understandably, thanks to Natalie's brilliant demos and the wonderful, wonderful design. I'm sorry we haven't got the samples of the.
I know, I'm not sure where they are. We need to find Jimmy, don't we? When Jimmy comes in, we'll find him.
He'll find them. He'll know exactly where they are.
I know.
But that's the two examples of the Sparkling Season and the Little Robin. And the lovely thing is today, if you buy all three, well, you're not actually buying all three.
No.
You're buying two, because it's buy two, get a whole deluxe pad for free. Or another way to look at it is £12.99 each down to £7.99. That's a saving of £15, £5 each pad. Now, just remember as well, if you weren't here, I say just remember, if you weren't here, you wouldn't remember because you wouldn't know. Our early bird special today to complement those pads is, and anything else that you'd like to work with, is this incredible, beautiful midnight black. This beautiful jet black shimmering mirror card.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah. Should be £9.99. We saved you £3 on that today, and it's 20 sheets at 220 GSM, and it's just stunning. We think particularly with the penguin, with the penguins on the Sparkling Season pad. And it's one of those things we were saying, Natalie was saying earlier, when you pop that on, the difference, that even just a slither,
It'll completely transform your card.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And they'd
Gorgeous.
And the thing is as well, like when I'm gifting for people like my dad and, you know, the friends and the male friends in your family and whatnot, and I'm not just going for the men, but, you know, when I'm gift wrapping, I tend to prefer to go for a box if I can.
Yeah.
And I just think that jet black you could put some of the toppers on there.
Yeah,
then,
you
couldn't
could. Yeah.
Oh, very lovely. £6. You might buy some. Imagine if you bought some like a penguin fun tie or a penguin set of gloves or a penguin pair of cufflinks for a laugh for Christmas, and then you actually put the penguin toppers and made a box.
Yeah, that would be really special.
Good, wouldn't it?
Make it all coordinate.
Yeah. Right then, now I'll tell you what, if you are thinking, well, okay, Christmas, I've done Christmas, I'm that ahead of myself, I've already made my Christmas cards. We're done. Well, what about remembrance with the poppies? Yep. Oh, have I got, yep, sorry, making sure I haven't got that upside down then. So we've got our poppy wishes here. So again, anybody thinking about, well, obviously, lest we forget for the 11th of November coming up.
It's perfect for this. It's perfect for the people that make cards for those charities.
Absolutely. Oh,
because you can make and sell all of our hunky-dory products. We have a full angel policy, which means you can sell as much as you can make.
Which is brilliant,
Which
isn't
is
it?
amazing.
Yeah.
So when you are making things for charities and occasions like that, then this is perfect. And there's some lovely images in here. There's some really obviously traditional poppies, but then you've got quite contemporary ones here with your yellows and oranges, still autumnal, still perfect for that time of year, but just a little bit different.
And that's the thing, I've just put that to one side because the way I've been, but there's, like you say, you step away from the traditional poppy as well. Oh, hang on a second. No, that's my fault because I've broken the bind on it, so I do apologise about that, but, you know, you can't get the stuff, can you? Look at that. That is absolutely stunning.
So nice, isn't it?
Oh.
And you've got gold foiling throughout here.
But that with the mirror card.
That with the mirror card. Fussy cut those poppies out and make a stepper card like I did earlier.
That'd look lovely, wouldn't it?
That would be really different.
But think about all those people that are actually called Poppy.
Yes.
You know? I know this sounds awful, but, well, it doesn't sound awful because we love our pets. My next door neighbour's little cockapoo's called Poppy.
You can be making cards for Poppy.
You could indeed. Oh, look at the colours. Again, you've got this sort of, it's not a traditional Christmas green, it's that lovely pastel, almost pistachio, isn't it?
Yes.
That's absolutely gorgeous. Oh, yes. Oh, that's lovely. Do you know what you could do with some of these borders? Well, you could turn them into a bookmark.
Yeah, you absolutely could do that. You could use our little tag punches.
That'd be nice.
Cut it down, punch it, and then add a little bit of ribbon. You've also got your banner punch, which does a little fishtail for you.
Oh,
So
I've not seen that.
Have you not?
No.
They're on the website.
So how does that-
So they're just little punches, so you just put up your cardstock in and then press it down. It's like this one, like this one that I've got, but bigger. So it cuts it out, so yeah.
Ah.
You can make your bookmarks with that so easily, so quickly.
Just thinking like, you know, like when you've got the front of things, you could do a really, because their bookmark doesn't have to be thick, does it?
No.
Yeah. Right, so that's your poppies. Sorry, because I've not flicked those very well. Oh, now, my friends the other day, we've got a place near here called Beckett's Farm. And they've got, it's just coming to the tail end of it now, especially after the sort of drought that we've had. Got a sunflower farm.
Oh.
Yeah, and they've just been... And it's not, if ever you come anywhere near Hobby Maker and come and visit us, it's only about, what, 15-minute drive down the road?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I bet
it's not
that's
far.
so pretty.
Yeah. No, it might even be 10 minutes, you know, but oh my goodness me. And a sunflower makes you happy.
It makes you smile, doesn't
it?
Again, this is the most uplifting collection
Isn't it?
that we have. And some of the sentiments in here just make you smile. You know, if you know someone who's going through a little bit of a rough time or they're struggling a little bit, some of the sentiments on here will really uplift you. You've got the little letters there at the bottom, which you could put together so you can spell certain words out. You can put happy, be happy, you could put love. So many different combinations of words there, but it's just beautiful. And this one's matastic as well, which means you don't have that satin coating on top.
Right.
So you could add inks onto here. You could use your colours to sort of make it a bit more vibrant. You can stamp onto here as well if you've got stamps.
Oh, look at that. I mean, like you say, that's a fussy cut and a half, isn't it?
Yeah, there's certain cardstocks that you know straight away that
cutting that out.
needs fussy cutting, and that is one of them.
Look at this, just good. And that's the thing, the sunflower, like you say, very uplifting. And again, so many occasions, and all through the year, it's just a lovely, uplifting, beautiful.
Everyone loves sunflowers, don't they?
They do. Got butterflies in here. Isn't that unusual, that one?
I like that one.
It's really
and also,
quirky.
depending on how you use that, you could use it on the bottom of your card, or you could flip it and use it on the side of your card. So don't think that you have to use the cardstock in the way it's laid out. Move it about, make it fit the card that you're making.
And also, this is the thing about occasions. It's like my friends, this makes me think immediately of calendar girls.
Oh, yeah.
So again, if you've got friends like me that are actually in calendar girls on stage, then the sunflower is one of the ones that they use to hide their...
The bits.
The bits, thank you. I wasn't sure whether to say bits. I'm just going to tell you as well, here, because I'm going to have to get my reading glasses. Oh, I've reached that age. I've reached that age where I'm going to need my reading glasses, everybody, but there you go. I just want to give you a couple of these lovely sentiments that Natalie was just talking about. Now listen to these. To a sweet friend, grown with love, sending birthday wishes. And I love this. Congratulations, listen to this, congratulations on reaching a whole new level of wonderful.
Aww.
Oh.
Isn't it nice? They're so nice.
You know, oh, it's just beautiful. May your day be filled with sunshine and smiles. You know, I mean, you are my sunshine. And I love this. Sunflowers, a symbol of happiness and optimism. They represent longevity, love and loyalty. Isn't that lovely?
It's really, really nice, isn't it? Super touching.
Yeah, choose to shine. Oh. Anyway, right then, my lovelies. Should we put one more pattern? Do you want to choose one?
Shall we do the robin? Seeing as we've shown all of them, shall we do the robin one? So we're going to do a quick one with this one. We've got an 8x8, and I'm just going to take off the front of my card to change my composition of my cardstock. So in this one, we've got our border to this side, but I'm going to flip it around completely. So let's just take our tool here, and I'm going to cut this out. So if I take it to 3.5, that's just to this gold edge, which means we've got enough on the edge to finish that card off, but we've also got enough on the edge here to make the card. So I'll just trim it down ever so slightly more onto here, just so that that edge is nice. And I've messed that up a little bit, haven't I?
Never.
Let's just trim it down again, just so it's nice and neat. There we go. And then I'm gonna cut this to 8. Am I gonna cut it to 8? No, it's already cut. It's 2 notches below the 8, so this side we need to cut to the same, 2 notches below the 8, so we can pop that onto some gold mirrors. So this panel is 3.5, so that means I'm gonna cut this down to 3.5. So just line up your score line with that 3.5 there. And I'm just going to, I could feel that move. I'm just going to trim that away. So now we can build our card up.
Sorry, Nassie, but watching you do this makes you realise how much you need that trimmer.
Oh, I know.
Doesn't it?
It's so handy. You can cut apertures out of here. You can do really fun like boxes where you've got like the middle taken out. You can cut out your cardstock. You can do your stepper cards by just simply popping it into the groove where it needs to be and score it out. We don't need to draw lines and then pop other bits and pieces in. We can just simply use your trimmer. It's so good. So let's just now remove this.
Oh, that's that multi-tool with the little...
your little die brush.
The little, and it's got the little, what is the little
your
shovel
3-in-1 die brush with your little shovel, or as Adam likes to call it, a yoghurt spoon.
A yoghurt spoon.
A yoghurt spoon.
Is that Black Mirror card, or is that...
This is the gold one we're using here. Because we've got the gold on here, so it just complements it really nicely. So then, use your little spoon there to remove that away. Then I'm going to twist this so we have this detailing coming down from the top. So pop that in here, like so. And then our Snowfall Mirror, which we've still got available on the website. And if you watched yesterday, if you didn't watch yesterday, we had some incredible snowflake mirror on our Moonstone show, which has the most gorgeous patterns. I think it was very limited yesterday, but if it's still on the website, you'll have to get it because it's just stunning.
Our producer Laura just said she's just going to have a little look back to yesterday and see if there's any left for you.
So then this is going to lie on top of our card blank now. And then obviously we need to hide all that work in, and we're going to do that by popping on this little panel that we've got here. So stick that down, remove your tape from there. Oops, that one's just not stuck quite as well. And then we can pop this over, hide all of those workings. And I think my card might just be a little bit too tall on this section. So then, the beauty of our trimmer, again, don't know if I can do it because it's the other way around. I might be able to. Has it gone? What a shame.
Oh, I think we might have sold out of that beautiful...
We can trim.
We have got the trimmer though, which we'll pop on the screen for you.
We can trim this down. So I don't need to get my scissors in, because obviously this is the front of your card. It can look a bit messy sometimes, but I don't need to do that. And you know what? I should have thought that was going to happen because I haven't added mirror to this section. And obviously I added the 2 notches there, which has made this shorter, but just trim it out. No one will know at all. So we'll put our toppers on. I'm going to go with my frames here. So just pop in these out. Because you do, and this is like the great thing about Hunky Dory as well, that looks like one topper with one frame, but you pop them all out and you've got 3. So we'll take the tape off this section here.
That could be a nice frame for a photograph though, couldn't it?
Yeah, you can. Often, I sometimes don't use all of my frames. So we save these and then you can use them with your little books. Because your little books don't have foiling on, then you can add that on. So what I'm going to do is stick this on here, but because I don't want it to show through on the acetate, on the back side of that acetate, I'm just going to flip this over and then I can use it as a guide for where I want to pop that. Just trim that element off there, take that away, and then I can pop this just over the edge there, but I'm not going to have any like working showing on that. Then I can pop in my middle frame. Now this has got tape around all the outside edges, however, because it's smaller and because it's a lot thinner, then obviously if you use your foam pads, you can't see it as much on the backside there. And then we're going to add in this element, and what I'm going to do is just sneak this little bit of foam pad in and here, and then we can stick that on as well.
Oh, brilliant.
And then to keep it in place and sort of like lift it up, I'm just going to hide
That's clever.
this piece here. So if I just take a tiny bit of foam pad from here, I'll stick this with my foam pad in this middle section here. So the foam pad will sort of be hidden under that frame, and then I can pop a little bit of, I don't need to pop the frame actually because I've only got one bit of cardstock, so we can just leave it like that. And then insert on the back, so you've got a place to write your message, and we're all done. You could add some ribbon to this.
Doesn't have to go on the inside, does it?
No, absolutely not. I've already put tape on this, there we go. So remove that little bit off so it sticks nicely. Pop that on the top, like so.
Brilliant.
And then we've got a little bit of a space here, so let's use a little bit of gold ribbon, and I've got an amazing glue dot, my absolute favourite. These are on a deal yesterday as well. Ruth was quite crazy with her deals yesterday.
She was.
Really, she just went there. It's a good job she's not in for a bit, because I think she might get in trouble. People will have forgotten by then, won't they?
Yeah,
So,
she can get away with anything. She's so lovely. What's that thing you just peeled off there?
So this is a glue dot. So they're just in little strips, and then you can pop this on, stick this on here, take that away, and then just add
that's lovely.
your bow on, and there you go.
That little bit of ribbon just makes all the difference, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? And you could add more ribbon if you wanted to. You could pop a little strip on there and just trim it down, so it just hides underneath this element as well.
Absolutely beautiful.
It's so easy to make cards like this though, when the cardstock is this good.
Yeah, that is just gorgeous.
Just cut into it, change the compositions.
Yeah.
There's not much I've done here that other people could not do at all.
Absolutely.
It's the beauty of Hunky Dory.
It is indeed. Right then, my lovelies, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Just remember, because we're just a bit, because that's the thing, we all get so engrossed in these lovely demonstrations, and quite rightfully so, that's why we're all here. But there's also that moment, isn't there, where you realise that you think you've placed an order, and then you forget you've checked out your basket.
Yeah.
And then somebody else has checked out, and you go back to check your basket out.
And then it's not there.
And there's an outlet, just like that lovely acetate yesterday, it's gone. So if you want to make sure that you get this bundle while we still have availability on your, the bundle deal should be £35.97. They should be £12.99 each of those pads. But when you think that that's £23.99, which is a huge saving, it's £15 saving. I've got that right, haven't I? £12.99 each. No, hang on, £35.97 can't be right then. Because they should be £12.99 each.
Yeah.
So it's more than that.
It's more than that.
£39 something. Yeah, we've been saying that wrong then. So it should be nearly £40. It's a £15 saving, or buy two, get one free. Buy two, get one free. Now, the thing is, if it's in your basket, my lovelies, I'm afraid it stays there. Oh, I love that as well. A bear hug look. So the thing... Oh, was it Frances? What she say? Hello, Frances. She just said, "Morning, my ladies. You are giving me such inspiration as I am making my Hunky Dory Deco Large Christmas," she says. Ooh.
How exciting was that when you got it home? That's a special.
What's the Deco Large?
So the decollage is where we've taken an image and then we have cut that image until it's smaller and smaller and smaller. You get all the little elements and then you pop it together. So your main topper element is three-dimensional. It's really good.
Oh, how brilliant. I bet you're having a lovely time, aren't you, Francis? What a lovely thing to do on a Monday morning.
I know.
Having a lovely time. Yeah. Oh, bless you. So the bundle, my lovelies, Oh, just remember as well, Francis, could you send in your make?
Yeah, do it.
Email your making, right? Because if you do that, now is it studio@hobbymaker.co.uk? I think it is, we'll check that, but yeah. If you email it in, once you've done it, and then hopefully we'll get to read it out on the telly for you, and then we do you share your makes, and then on the last Saturday of every month at 5 p.m, so that's coming up this weekend, somebody wins £100 credited.
It's crazy, isn't it? Just by sharing your makes,
Yeah.
£100.
And it's not just the money, it gives everybody else the inspiration as well. So it
that's
helps
the one,
us all, doesn't it?
It's the one thing about craft is that we as a community, we all inspire each other.
Yeah.
It's so nice to see other people's designs and styles and shapes of cards, because then you're inspired to do different things with your cards as well, or try
Go in a
new
different
techniques.
direction. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, love it.
Right then, my lovelies, we're going to go to a very, very, very short break. Lots more treats to give you before 8 o'clock. And obviously we'll be back at 1 today as well. But we'll see you after this little short break.
Here at Hobbymaker, we love seeing what you've been making. And it's our job to keep you inspired. So how does a £100 credit to your Hobbymaker account sound? Every month, we're going to be giving away a £100 credit to one lucky Hobbymaker's account. And all you have to do to enter is simply send a photo of your crafty makes to studio@hobbymaker.co.uk. We will be picking one winner each month at random, and we'll announce the lucky winner on air in the 5 p.m. show on the last Saturday of every month. So what are you waiting for? Get crafting, get motivated, and get inspired with Hobbymaker.
Want to know what's going on in the next show? Then head over to our website. Click on the TV guide. This will tell you who's presenting, which guest we have joining us, along with what's going on in each hour. If you ever miss a show, you can catch up by clicking on the day you missed and then click Watch This Show. You can also view what product was on and if it's still available to buy. Catch up on Hobbymaker.
Welcome to our exciting and brand new shopping channel, Hobbymaker, dedicated to crafting. We'll be working with some of the biggest brands in the industry, which means you can look forward to highly skilled crafters, demonstrations and great products at great prices. We'll be bringing you a mix of papercraft, mixed media, resin, candle making and so much more from our expert guests. So let's get crafting with Hobbymaker. Hobbymaker are live from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. every day on Sky Channel 670, Freesat Channel 807 and Freeview Channel 73. You can also watch on YouTube via some smart TVs, your computer and phone.
My name is Anne-Marie and I am the creative manager at Hunky Dory Crafts. Hunky Dory are the UK's premier papercraft manufacturer, and we design and manufacture all of our papercraft goodies back at home in Preston. We do lots of papercraft products as well as moonstone dyes. We have our prism range of colouring mediums like watercolour pencils, alcohol markers, waterbrush pens, and we also have our very own range of stamps called For the Love of Stamps. We're really looking forward to bringing you all of our brand new product launches as well as our inspirational demonstrations, which we just know the audience love.
It couldn't be easier to watch Hobbymaker. You can join us on Sky, Freeview, on our website or on YouTube, so you can watch at home or on the go.
Our call centre is based in the UK and available 24/7. Just call 0800 001 4433 or email help@hobbymaker.co.uk.
In that little break then, I just said to our lovely Natalie, I said, what's that? And what's that? And what's that? I said, you do everything at Hunky Dory, don't you?
We do.
I mean, you really do.
We do.
Gosh, unbelievable. Now, very, very recent, only about a couple of weeks ago, you launched this stained glass collection, didn't you?
Yeah. It's honestly one of my favourites for colouring in.
I'm not surprised.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
We've got a pick and mix deal on the most sensational stained glass designs that we've got coming up for you today. We've got the prism brush markers as well, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got everything.
We've got everything you could possibly need. We've got the stamp press. We've got, I mean, this collection is sensational.
It's so nice.
It really is. Now, if we look over here, good morning, by the way. If we look over here, there is a proper pick and mix. We're not off to Woolies like we did back in the day.
No.
Sadly, I mean, we used to love that. Let me see if I can turn that round for you. There you go, Dan.
There you go.
Get that out the light. There you go. That's a bit
You
better.
can see them all now.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, what we're going to do for you is, if you go to the website, hobbymaker.co.uk, it's a pick and mix. Now, these are stamps. The range is called For the Love of Stamps, because those of us that love stamping, and we've got the stamp press, because if you love stamping, the stamp press is just the best thing ever.
And it's a lifesaver with stamps that are this detailed, because there is nothing worse than stamping and it misses a piece out and you've got to try again. But with your stamp press, you try again. It is in exactly the same spot every single time. So you don't have to worry about wasting card. It's incredible.
And this is the thing, when you get the stamp press, you'll be, it's such a, it'll pay for itself, I think, in minutes, doesn't it, effectively, depending on how much stamping you do. It's brilliant. So what we're going to do is, on the stained glass Christmas collection here, that was only launched a couple of weeks ago, and we're already very, very limited on the Icy Penguin and the Snowy Town, very, very much indeed.
Not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. When you see the detail and you actually see this in action with a demo.
I'm so excited to show you.
Yeah, you can't wait, can you? Right then, my lovelies. Pick and mix, they're $7.99 each. But have you seen down there, look? If you pick 3, make sure you put 3 in your basket. Yeah? And that would be £15.98. You only pay for 2. So you pick and mix, yeah. So if you put 3 in your basket, choose your favourite 3.
I think I'd be getting, I'm not sure actually.
Oh, it's difficult, isn't it?
It is. I'd definitely be getting the sentiments, because obviously
they
they match perfectly. You can use them all the time. The penguin is just stunning. And I think I'd have to go for the deer. I love the star. But yeah, the deer is just beautiful.
Oh. Now, the word sentiment is only available, so where it says there, look, merry, winter, snow, love, joy, and all the other ones, that's only available in this pick and mix. If you want the sentiments, which obviously you do, now let me just give you an update though on these. They were so popular on launch. Okay, we've only got 3 of the Icy Penguin.
3.
Oh, listen to you.
3.
Yeah, 3. 3 of the Icy Penguin left. 3 of the Snowy Town left. And when I say the penguin,
need to get these quickly.
Yeah. Let me just show you what that can look like once you've coloured in.
This one's really nice as well.
It is, isn't it?
It's such a good technique as well, because obviously you can create that stained glass look by stamping onto your acetate and then colouring it in with your alcohol markers.
That is gorgeous. But so there, if you wanted to recreate that, you'd go for the penguin and you'd go for the sentiments, the festive words it's called. Okay? Now, if you want to go for you know what I just said, that the Snowy Town's only got 3 left as well. This is the Snowy Town. If I just grab that, look.
This is so good. Even just in the white, but this has been heat embossed, so you've got that touch of glitter.
Is that what it is?
Within there.
And that's it, like you say. And what a lovely gift to actually give to somebody, and sort of with a set of the prism brush marker pens, and then say, here's your card, you colour it in yourself.
Good idea.
That's a nice thing to do, isn't it? Especially like if I sent that to my niece or nephew and said, here's your card, you colour it to whatever colour you like. I just think what a lovely idea that is. I like that. Right then, so that's your Snowy Town. Do you want to see the wintry reindeer actually in action? If I can grab that.
We got one. I think there's
Have you got one
here.
Is it there?
In front of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Glamorous assistant there. Oh, see, look at the detail. Look at the level of detail there. How unusual a card is that?
It's amazing, isn't it? And when you colour it in
Wow.
like this, using those vibrant colours, it just brings it to life.
That's stunning. Absolutely. And again, if you wanted to say to somebody, you know, I love you, my dear.
Oh, yeah.
I like this guy, dear.
That would work so well.
And then we've got the wintry reindeer, the icy penguin, the snowy town, the festive words, the frosty snowflake.
Oh, look at that. We've only got 2 now of those ones.
Oh.
They're going quick. This is
See, now this
phenomenal.
is,
This reminds me of those tiled floors you see when you're on holiday in Spain.
Oh, yeah.
Not just the absolute gorgeous star there, which reminds me so much of like visiting cathedrals and churches when
Yeah.
you're on holiday. It's so pretty.
Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. So that is your frosty snowflake. That's what that one's called. So just to remind you the reason it's highlighted on the screen there, look, in this sort of a reddy colour, is because there's only 2 of the icy penguin and 2 of the snowy town left.
Get it while you can.
Yeah. So if you do want the penguin, we've only got 2, and he's lovely, isn't he? He's lovely. So put 3 in your basket. Pay for 2. Sorry, Laura. Go on. Sorry. It's okay. Producer's talking to us. Now then, if you do happen to miss out on the pick and mix, especially the icy penguin and the snowy town, there is another way you can do it.
There is.
Without the festive words. So if we take this away, so if you want you want the snowy words, you've got to have that in the pick and mix. If I take that now away,
Yeah.
you can buy all 4 of those as a bundle deal for £19.99. That makes them £5 each.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
What a deal
Isn't it?
that?
That is brilliant. And the thing is, this isn't a consumable.
No, it's not.
It's
It's
a
a
stamp.
tool. It's a tool. So you're going to
Yeah.
be able to use this year after year after year. And maybe you use it one year, you make something else the next year, and then you're going through your stash and it comes out and you make it again.
Exactly. So you can rest it, can't you?
Yeah, that's that beautiful sort of star image that you get there in that 3. That's nothing, and the deer actually.
Oh, yeah.
You can use them at any time of the year.
Stag do's.
Stag do.
You could though, couldn't you?
You can honestly use them at any time
And
of the
that's
year.
the great thing. So once you've, and I think that lovely idea of especially if you've got people that either love colouring. I know I said automatically kids there, but who doesn't love colouring? Who doesn't love colouring? You can send it to them and send them with some pens, and we've got the pens for you as well. We've even got the crafting handbook for the prison.
We do, so you can learn everything you need about those pens.
Absolutely. So they're coming up as well. So if you want the whole set of the 4 without the festive words, then the bundle code is IOHD78 and you pay less than £20. So please, I don't think I can hold Natalie back any longer. She's so excited. About this.
So let me show you how we're going to stamp this. So I'm using my stamping press. It's a really long stamp. So I'm using my premium watercolour cardstock here because we are going to be using our brush markers. So we want the correct cardstock because we know when we add water to this, the colour is just going to move perfectly. You want to make sure you've got lots of ink on your stamp as well. That's a great tip for making sure you get full coverage on here. And then we're just going to flip this over, stamp this down. Now I like to just use my fingers to run up and down the stamp to make sure that I've got all of those elements covered. And then we can lift this off.
Oh.
And we've got a little bit here and there. So if we just add in, and I'll show you why this is absolutely phenomenal. We just add in your extra ink on there, pop this back in place. I'm going to focus now on those areas that I know it missed. And then just gently press over the rest of it. Are you ready?
Oh, yes. Hey. I mean, that's worth its weight in gold.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing.
Sorry, Natalie, lovely. We have just popped that on the screen for you. It's $34.99, okay? But it's one of those pieces of equipment that you would always think, why didn't I get that earlier? It's brilliant.
So now on here, I'm gonna just colour in some of these elements. So I'm just adding in slight bits of blue. Oh, I've gone on the wrong one there. Onto these sections here. And it obviously it's going to look a little bit strange at first, but don't worry.
Brilliant.
Just adding that in, because the beauty of this is that you can use your water brushes, and you can buy these as well. What you do is you just add your water into the flutes here, and then they've got little valves which you can push on to release your water. So I'm just going to add that out and then gently move this colour to create a beautiful ombre on this card here. So we've got that really nice washed detail. And then because it is stained glass and we want to make it really, really vibrant, I'm then going to mix it up with a darker blue colour in these other sections, because the beauty of these pens as well is that you don't necessarily have to use the watercolour if you don't want to. What you can do is you can colour in beautifully the whole way with just this one pen, and then if we want to add like that ombre look with the deeper colour, then you can just keep adding the colour on top, and it gets darker and darker on those little elements there. So you can create that really nice look, and we're going to do that.
I mean, they fill in quick, and they, like you said, they're blendable, and they're flawless finish, isn't
Really,
it?
really gorgeous. It's so nice how it just transforms the cardstock, and you can get such great detail within here as well. So just one more up here, and then we can focus on our penguin a little bit and colour him in. They are great to use. I think as someone who maybe is looking at this and going, these are awesome, I want to buy these, I want to try them out, then these pens are the best sort of starting pen for anyone really, because you can create absolutely stunning things like this, and you don't need to have any sort of experience in colouring because they're so helpful. You just need the right cardstock. I would always say that you do need the right cardstock, but it just absolutely, it's a dream to colour in. They kind of melt into this paper, and it's so handy to colour. So then for our penguin, I'm just going to add a touch of grey. And the great thing about these as well is the more you press onto your pens, the more it spreads the colour around. So we've got a really thick line there. But then on our penguin arm here, I don't want it to be as thick. So I'm not adding as much pressure. I'm just going around the outside of this piece here. And then we'll go around the top there. And then we'll drag this colour out. So we can pull out this colour now to give you a really nice wash of colour, and then you can add or remove as much as you want. It's so easy to get such an effortless look with these.
How long do they take
They
to
are
dry?
gorgeous. A matter of minutes really. You can speed it up with a heat tool.
Right.
But we're not adding that much water on, really, because you're in control of that flood of water and where it's sort of like moving to. So we'll just go around his head there. And then for the bottom, I copied the top a lot. I've used this lighter grey for my, to just give dimension to these elements, and then on to here as well. Just going back over there to add this colour in. And then we can just go around the outside edges of here to lift this up. Now I've carried on colouring this in and I've coloured my penguin in exactly the same way. What I did though was I did another penguin, I've cut him out and I've layered him on top. And now with a little bit more colouring, just finishing it off, this is the type of thing that you can achieve with these pens. There's so much dimension, shape within this, and literally I've just carried on adding more colouring, adding more bits and pieces to create that. So then we're going to add this to our card. I'm just going to flip this over. I'm going to bring in another sheet because we want to add a sentiment onto this. So if I pop this back on here now, I've lost my magnets. I'm not sure where they are.
Oh no, have you?
No, I don't think I came with them, Laura. Yeah, I've lost them. They're probably on my desk at work is what it will be. So I'm going to pop that on there and then we're going to add our sentiment. And obviously these match perfectly because they've got the general sort of stained glass look on them. So let's go with Winter Wonderland.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add this on here. So Winter Wonderland. Make sure it's straight before we add the pieces to it. And this is great with when you do have your font because when we bring this in, I'll just remove
Do you
my
want to use
other
the magnets
stamp.
on the one that we got in this studio?
Oh no, it's
You're okay
fine.
then?
Yeah, does the same job with your tape. Just holds it in place. With these lines that we've got on our mat. Now, if I take this off, I can move it around so it's on that line there, so you know that your wording is straight.
Okay.
I think we've got it pretty good there. So I'm just going to add my ink again. We're going to go with VersaFine for this because we might colour in some of these letters with those beautiful blues. Pop that on here, stamp that across. Winter Wonderland. Oh, we've missed the top off there. There we go. Just add that in there. So you've got your text now. You can take this off. We'll trim this down to fit into a little 5x5. This is A5 in size, so it is going to be an A5 card, but what I want to do is just cut this slightly smaller so we have a little like inlay for our cards. So I'll take it from this side, just take off two.
I love listening to your thought process. as
Little
you go. It's
pieces.
fascinating.
Crazy, isn't
No,
it?
it's lovely. I love it. It's great.
So then I'm going to add my colour at the bottom because I want to create that like ombre look that I've got in my text. And you know, because some of these are really tiny little pieces and maybe you want to just do this section blue and then do your little lines a different colour and you think, well, this is a bit fine, like my N on that side there is really, really fine. And I'm thinking, how am my W actually? It's going to be a little bit of a struggle to colour them in. Well, absolutely not, because these are double-ended pens.
You got the fine nib on the other.
And you have the fine nib on the other space. It's the same
Brilliant.
watercolour selection in there, and we can just pull that across, and then I'll go in with my finest nib. I think it's still in here actually. Where is that one? I'm not sure. We'll use this one instead. And we can just taper that up and then drag this colour out to fill in the rest of our words.
Oh, so you've got different sizes on the water.
Yeah, there's three different sizes that they come in. You've got a really thin one. You've got a bigger one for filling in your spaces.
Brilliant.
It is amazing. And then it just adds into that effect that we created with the sky, with all of that nice little ombre look with your inks and your colours. So we'll just add that in. And I think because it's wintry as well, it gives it more of like a frosty look.
Yeah.
Having that two-tone of colour.
Doesn't
So
it?
just drag that down. Got a little bit more to do on the end there.
That's cool.
And then we can make our card up. So A5 card. Didn't know what I was saying there. Let's measure this. It is 3. So if I just pop this in 2 by 3.
And these are inches it tends to be inches.
Yeah.
Right.
Some people use sort of like metrics. Some people use imperial. I think I'm an inches person. Unless I'm making a stepper card, then it's easier to do
Weird,
it.
isn't it? How we have to
Centimetres.
too.
It's very funny. So just add my tape there. Where's my pokey tool? We'll pop this off. So popping that now in the inside of my card. We've still got space to write our message on this lovely side here. But we'll fold that over and we'll add on our beautiful penguin that we've coloured in with those pens.
I love this collection.
Isn't it?
Oh,
Just
it's
stunning.
Yeah. I'm just keeping my eye on that board because I don't think I'm going to get the penguin in the snowy town at this rate.
No, I think they're going to be gone, aren't they?
They are.
Which is
Nearly
sad because they're absolutely stunning, but there you go.
Look at that.
Just-
Isn't that incredible?
Just cutting it off so you've got that little touch of card, but they are so beautiful to colour in, especially with these pens because you can watercolour them, you can wash them down, you can create these really lovely elements.
That was brilliant. And do you know what I'm thinking as well? You know that section where you've just done the Winter Wonderland?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice if you had that on the front of a landscape design? And then like if you go skiing or you've got friends that you go skiing with and you got like a lovely snowy cap picture of your boat, you print it off and then have the Winter Wonderland stamp underneath or above and then the photograph of you
That would
away.
look
Wouldn't that be
so
nice for like a
nice.
Christmas, you know?
That would be really, really pretty.
Or if you've been out with the kids sledging or something and there's a lovely family photo. But how lovely that would be with these stamps.
Just dress up you sort of like the borders of your frames.
Be lovely, wouldn't it? Or make your own
Gorgeous.
calendar.
Calendars, yeah.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Oh, that's
So many good
lovely.
ideas coming out.
Yeah. $7.99.
It's
And
madness.
yeah, exactly. Now, if you, as I said, if you put 3 in your basket, of the collection. Oh, let me put the wording back. You get you put 3 in your basket. You only pay for 2. So if I put the wording back there, or it makes them. Where
did it go?
Where did that go? Oh, it's a bit. Do you know what? You know when I said earlier if I can get it wrong. This is why I don't dress the set. This is exactly why I don't. There you go. That's why we have the professional Kinga on floor because that's what happens when I dress the set. Can't make it work. Right now, I know everybody wants the pen. That demo was.
The pens are amazing. They really are. They're one of my favourite things to colour with because they're just so vibrant.
I've never
And
seen anything like it.
you get so many colours in here. It's actually crazy. So I've got mine all laid out in a little box where I store them in. But they're just
a
like
long time.
yes.
I was going to say because if you're blending it with the water as well, you're not using so much of the ink, are you?
And they're so great because, like I said, they've got this dual nib tip. But when the different amounts of pressure you pop on gives you different finishes. So that's just with one nib. And then obviously we've got the other fine liner as well. But if we just add a little bit of colour here, you can so easily blend them together. So we've gone for like an orangey red and that yellow as well. And then just brush them out. It gives you that really nice paint look. And you can mix them together as well. So we just do that with the yellow. Oops. Just do that with the yellow. Watercolour that yellow out. And then we can blend those together then in the middle. And it gives it that really nice sort of, that look. That really nice watercolour wash, which you can pay so much money for paper and cardstock that looks like this, but you can create it yourself. And the beauty of them as well is that if you've got the mixed media mat, you can lay your colours down and create different varieties of colour. So I'm just doing mine now with my purple mat, so it'll be a little bit different to see. If I put the yellow and blue down, obviously, we know that yellow and blue makes green, but you've got loads of different varieties of green. So we mix those 2 colours together and you create your own like apple green here.
Yeah.
So although you're getting a ridiculous amount of pens already.
Just the 48.
Just the 48.
But doubled
the
up.
amount of pens that you could, colour combinations you can make by mixing your own together.
And that's the thing. And you've got 96 really, because you've
got both
48 of the
sides.
fine and 48 of the brush.
Yeah.
So you're going to get all of those colours in this bundle. You are also going to get the Prism Crafting Handbook 6, which I'll show you in a moment. But this, my goodness me, you've got, and it is basically bringing you a world of colour.
It really is.
Yeah. Now, if you think as well, you are getting, say that again, Laura, sorry. This works out at $11.99 each, isn't it? But the handbook's free.
I know.
So the handbook's free. So just, I'll show you the book in a second, but let me just show you. So you've got Heavenly Sunset. So I'll show you all the different colour ranges here. You've got Heavenly Sunset. You've got, just need to see if I can read them from here.
Oh, the Berry Burst.
The Berry Burst, that's it.
Then
You've
we've got
Blue Lagoon.
good name, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what you were just using.
Blue Lagoon with all of those colours, and then the final one
My
is
favourite, the
Forest
Forest
Walk.
Walk.
You've got all your greens and your browns, those earthy tones in here.
That colour spectrum's stunning.
I know.
Yeah, love that. Do you want to see the book as well? So the handbook. The handbook.
The handbook, honestly, is a dream. If you bought these and you were thinking, you get them home and you're thinking, I'm not sure what to do with this, then just read this book.
And that's the thing. So it says here that welcome to the world of prison brush markers. Get creative with these markers that feature 2 tips, one a fine line and the other a brush tip. Use them for colouring stamps and stamped images for techniques such as smooshing.
Smooshing.
Smoosh? What's smooshing?
Smooshing is like what I've done there with those colours. You pop it down. We'll do it with a darker colour. We'll pop it down. We'll add water onto this. And then what you do is you just pick up this colour. So if I just use this side, because I want to reuse this again with my image so I can make another card from it.
Oh, you almost blot with it then, effectively?
Yeah, it's like blotting, but it gives you like a real nice,
Oh, I love
like,
that.
rustic feel. So for backgrounds of your stamps, like stamp this and then just stamp your image. Pick out some bits of colouring, so like your penguin, you could really focus on your penguin there, or you could do this and then put your houses on.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh, so that's smooshing.
yeah.
What about a galaxy background?
Yes. Yeah.
Galaxy
You can
background.
do that. You can do that with this because you can lay colour and lay colour and lay colour. So I can leave this to dry. I can smoosh again with like a purple, a black, a dark colour. Put them all together, and you can create. Honestly, the possibilities are really endless.
Aren't they? And if you just look in here, look, you know the galaxy background that Natalie was just talking about? Well, there it is. In here, you haven't just got all the different ways to use it, but there's actually projects as well in here.
Yeah.
So that's brilliant.
Projects, inspiration.
This is a great book. You're getting this
Great
for
way,
free?
getting it for free. And if you're into calligraphy as well, then these are really good pens for starting, either starting or your calligraphy journey, because the nibs are so soft in a way that you can sort of like move them around, and there's loads of different styles of calligraphy. So I've got a really nice deep green here. When you sort of go upwards, you go lighter with your strokes, but then as you come down, you go thinner. So it creates those really nice mixes of your words. So then you can keep going and you can just join them up, obviously. Let's just pull that down. And then you can create all of this yourself.
That is brilliant. That is great. Absolutely.
So they're absolutely perfect for so many different styles and techniques and all sorts.
That is gorgeous.
Isn't it? And you've just done that yourself. One thing I love to do as well is layering with these. So it works better when you watercolour it down.
Yeah.
So if I just take this light green and pop this on here and do sort of like a leaf, and I've made, I think there's a card in there that's like a new home card, and it's like a wreath.
I'll find that for you.
So you would leave this to dry now.
Yeah.
It's just, I haven't got my heat tool, otherwise I would use it. Leave it to dry and then go in with like a different colour.
Yeah.
And you can colour over the top, but it gives you like a really nice effect. Obviously it's going to sort of go into that now because I've not let that dry. But if I'd have let it dry, you'd have been able to see both combinations of that. It's just so, it's brilliant. They're just incredible.
Can I just show you this here as well?
Oh yeah, this is a really good page.
Yeah, so again, you know that lettering that Natalie's just done? If I just show you that page there, it'll explain everything on how to do that beautiful hand lettering and calligraphy there. So introduction to hand lettering, look. And then if I just show you here, look at that. So that, for those of you that have always wanted to be able to do calligraphy and just can't.
This is crazy as well, because you might think that we've just used the font here to do all of this hunky-dory.
Yep.
But one of our incredible girls on the media team, Rebecca, she hand wrote all of these using these pens, and then we've scanned them in.
Oh, wow.
So this is all hand done by using these pens.
Oh, thank you so much. That is just incredible. Lots of tips in there. Yeah, that's a great question.
It is a good question.
So
it's a really good question.
Was it? Well, we've been asked anyway, can you use these stamps? Susan, thank you.
Yeah.
Use these stamps on the acetate?
You absolutely can. We're not going to get to it, but let me show you this. So, when you're stamping on acetate, you want to use a stays-on ink. So this is the ink that you want to get. It's a stays-on ink, and it's just a fast-drying solvent ink, which means when it goes onto your acetate, it's not going to move. So this was one of the demos we were going to do next. So I've stamped this onto my acetate. It's completely clear. I've coloured this in with my craft markers because the craft markers, again, will work on your acetate. So you can absolutely stamp onto your acetate. You just need to use a stays-on ink pad, something that's super permanent and doesn't go. So you can use that on here. It's beautiful. I think Crafter's Companion might do one that you can use on acetate.
So is that yours, the stays on?
Yeah, this one is, it's not ours as in our brand,
right?
But it's a well sort of known ink pad you'll be able to get for sure.
Okay, but we'll have a look. We'll have a look on the web and under Crafters Companion and see if we've got that as well.
Absolutely stamp on your acetate.
Brilliant. Oh, those stained glass windows, they
They're
didn't
amazing,
disappoint,
aren't
did they?
No.
Wow.
I love them.
Natalie, thank you. What time are you back on?
I'm back on Thursday now.
Brilliant, on Thursday. Oh, you might have me. Wonderful.
Yay.
Right then, we'll see you back at 1 o'clock.
Want to know what's going on in the next show? Then head over to our website. Click on the TV guide. This will tell you who's presenting, which guest we have joining us, along with what's going on in each hour. If you ever miss a show, you can catch up by clicking on the day you missed and then click Watch This Show. You can also view what product was on and if it's still available to buy. Catch up on Hobby Maker.
Here at Hobby Maker, we love seeing what you've been making, and it's our job to keep you inspired. So how does a £100 credit to your Hobby Maker account sound? Every month, we're going to be giving away a £100 credit to one lucky Hobby Maker's account. And all you have to do to enter is simply send a photo of your craft you makes to studio@hobbymaker.co.uk. We will be picking one winner each month at random, and we'll announce the lucky winner on air in the 5 PM show on the last Saturday of every month. So what are you waiting for? Get crafting, get motivated, and get inspired with Hobby Maker.
My name is Anne-Marie and I am the creative manager at Hunky Dory Crafts. Hunky Dory are the UK's premier papercraft manufacturer, and we design and manufacture all of our papercraft goodies back at home in Preston. We do lots of papercraft products as well as moonstone dies. We have our prism range of colouring mediums like watercolour pencils, alcohol markers, waterbrush pens, and we also have our very own range of stamps called For the Love of Stamps. We're really looking forward to bringing you all of our brand new product launches as well as our inspirational demonstrations, which we just know the audience love.
Welcome to our exciting and brand new shopping channel, Hobby Maker, dedicated to crafting. We'll be working with some of the biggest brands in the industry, which means you can look forward to highly skilled crafters, demonstrations, and great products at great prices. We'll be bringing you a mix of papercraft, mixed media, resin, candle making, and so much more from our expert guests. So let's get crafting with Hobby Maker.
Hi, I'm Sarah Davies and I'm the founder of Crafters Companion. Also, one of my hobbies that I do in my spare time is a little bit of investing in other businesses, so you might recognise me as one of the dragons on Dragon's Den. I started Crafters Companion back in my university bedroom when I was just turned 21, and we design and develop and bring to market products for the papercraft community. So everyone who's into card making,